Yo, people, welcome back to another live stream. This is your EFL Championship playoff second leg preview. We've got the Baggies taking on St. Mary's, going away from home after 0-0 draw at their home stadium, and Leeds will come back home to face Norwich. And both of these ties are equally matched, almost, because both ties ended 0-0. But yeah, to discuss it all with me, first and foremost, is the EFL Championship specialist, Martin.
Hello.
How are you, Martin?
Good evening. I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. And then debut on the channel representing Let's Talk City podcast is Harry, Bristol fan. How are you?
Hello, lads. Hope we're well.
Hello. Hannah, when you say Bristol fan, you must qualify it with Bristol City fan, because there's another team the other side of the river that purport to be a football team.
Yeah.
I don't want to get
I don't say that. So yeah. But yeah, guys. Well, both legs were 0-0. Both legs pretty disappointing. I did call a draw at Leeds Norwich, but 0 goals. I didn't expect that. But let's get into the first game, which is, of course, tomorrow night. It's Leeds taking on Norwich. Leeds, they done pretty well, I think, in some cases to not lose that game, because I think if they lose that game, they put themselves on the back foot. But by winning that game, by drawing that game, they give themselves the advantage. But I still think they will be. I still think their fans would have wanted this tie to be finished. Ari, will come to you. What do you make of the first leg? What do you think is the favourite now heading into this?
Yeah, as we've already said off stream, the first leg did not live up to expectation. I didn't watch it, and to be honest, looking back, I'm pretty glad I didn't watch it, because it didn't seem like there was a lot in it. I think second leg is definitely cannot be worse than the first leg, and I think it's definitely gonna be a close game, but I do believe with the home advantage that Leeds should be able to make it through this one, despite their poor record in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, they have a poor record. I think it's 1-4 that they have gone to the final, and I think they lost the final when they went to the final. I believe.
Yeah.
Martin, first leg 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, neither side wants to, as you said and Harry said, neither side wants to give up, be on the back foot going into these next two nights. I'm not convinced or so sure about home advantage or home games being an advantage in the playoffs. I just think the away side has a bit more breathing space. The fans for the home team are so intense. Everything's intense. And if you look at the 10 matches across the 3 divisions so far, there's only been 2 home wins. So to me, that tells you that it's not a given, because if you get a home opportunity, that you take it easily. So having said that, when you ask us for our scores in a minute, I'm going to defy all that and give 2 home wins. But I just think I think the Leeds Norwich game, Leeds are more vulnerable than Southampton are as the home team. Leeds finished poorly I know that you've got to park the season up, but they finished poorly in their league programme. 0-0 Sunderland, 0-1 Blackburn, 1-2 Southampton. Those are the last 3 league games they played at home with full crowds, with all the passion that's going to be there tomorrow night. So I just think they're the more vulnerable team. Well, I would have said that a couple of months ago. They were flying in home and away. For me, they were the team that was more likely going to win the league, never mind anything else. And here they are now, me saying they're vulnerable even to get to the playoff final. But that's my take on it. Both sides have got home games. Whether that turns out to be an advantage, I'm not convinced, just purely on the stats. And I've always been convinced of this all the way through the playoff years. Home teams don't have it easy. I've been to playoff games. Harry will know. Bristol City have been involved enough over the years, and they're horrible games to go to. I think, personally, as a fan, everything's just on a knife edge from the start to finish. So that's my take on tomorrow night. I think Leeds will find it tricky against Norwich, and if Norwich score a goal, then you've then got to happen to score first, then that's even more pressure. But it will all unfold, obviously.
Yeah, no, I get you on that. I get you. Look at recent history, last 10 games. Norwich have only beaten Leeds once at Elland Road. This season was a 1-0 Leeds won in the regular season. But that lasted. I believe in the season Leeds got promoted or might be in the Premier League. In 2019, second of Feb, 3-1 Norwich won that one. So this game, like you said, Norwich ended the season better than Leeds. Of getting wins and draws, mostly draws, while Leeds were just on a terrible path, really. So, yeah, at Leeds, like you mentioned, I think the home ground advantage could be um, something that puts pressure on them rather than giving them advantage. But Ari, your thoughts, and then you can give your prediction. Um,
As I said, I think it's going to be a close game. 2 very free scoring sides, and 2 sides with defences that are quite open. I think Norwich were up there for one of the most conceded goals in the league, if I'm right in saying. But they scored a lot of goals to counteract that. So I think it's definitely going to be an open game. As I said, with the home advantage, I believe Leeds will make it through, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leeds win, I believe.
2-1 Leeds. So you agree with Chelsea fan? We have Chelsea fan in the building as always. So yeah.
Oh,
He's gone.
wonder where he's gone.
You've overwhelmed him with your prediction. His sound was dodgy just now, actually. Now he's back.
Apologies when you
There
press
you
the
go.
wrong buttons. You press the wrong buttons.
No worries.
So yeah. But we'll end off on you, Martin. I will go quickly.
Okay, on my score then, it's also 2-1, but not in the regular 90. I think it'll be 1-1 in the 90, and Leeds to edge it 2-1
Leeds
in extra time.
Shit.
I just hope it doesn't go to. I hope neither game goes to penalties.
Um.
But I'm saying 2-1 extra time. Leeds just, but I still hold my option to say I think of the 2 teams they've got the more vulnerable situation. I believe going into the next 2 months. But that's me.
Interesting.
I would want Leeds to get promoted ahead of Norwich because I think Norwich won't give it a chance, the Premier League, next season.
That's a good point. The teams are going up need to make a better mark this year than the 3 teams did last year, because all 3 are coming back down. We can't. If we get into that for a couple of seasons, it's going to be a bit awkward.
Yeah.
You can't have the 3.
That's why I think Leeds will give it a chance if they go up. But I don't think they make it to the final, unfortunately. I reckon the pressure gets to them. Going to go Norwich 1-0 win.
All right, okay.
So
That's a big prediction.
Yeah. if you watch the channel on a regular basis, you will know that I have some strange predictions. We won't get into them at this stage, but
The playoffs
Birmingham
are strange
fifth
anyway.
place last season, that ended well. I've said Coventry 15th this season. That also ended very well. All of those predictions were on track, by the way. Birmingham last season were on track to finish 5th. Then they sacked their manager after the World Cup, so just saying. I was on track. Coventry, I was also on track. Till they decided to turn up in January and go on a madness. But we digress. So yeah, I'm going 1-0 Norwich.
Okay.
So sometimes you must take me seriously, other times you must not when I do these predictions. So yeah. Next game.
Yeah, you could easily be that. Go on, sorry.
No, go on.
No, I was just to say, could easily be 1-0 Norwich. They're just. These are the most difficult games to predict. Everything's difficult to predict, but these are the real difficult ones, I think.
Yeah.
They can swing.
Next game is Southampton taking on West Brom now. West Brom. I don't know if they will be relieved or be angry at themselves that they didn't get something at the Hawthorns, because like I said when I did the first legs, Southampton have a really strong record at the Hawthorns, and I think it's their first time that they haven't won there in the last eight games, because the record was they've won 7 games out of 8 there at the Hawthorns, so not to win. I think maybe Southampton will feel maybe are done by it, that they didn't go all out for it, but they back their own form, because looking at the regular season, 15 out of 23 games at home they won them, so that is a pretty good record if you ask me. They beat what games did they lose? They lost to Stoke right on in the season, lost to Millwall, lost to Hull, lost to Ipswich and Leicester, and yeah, that's really, so it's a handful of losses, to be honest. A few draws in there, draws to Middlesbrough, draws to Rotherham, so and draw to Norwich 4-4. That was at the start of the season, second game week. So they don't usually lose that many games at St Mary's. West Brom, their away record has been atrocious this season. 6 wins out of 23 away from home. Yeah, that is not great. Looking at the West Brom, have only won once away from home, and that was in 2013 against Southampton. The 27th of April 2013, West Brom went to St Mary's and smashed them 3-0. Could we see something similar? There was a result after that in 2016, December 31st. West Brom 2, Southampton 1. So those are the two key results, where West Brom beat them away from home. Looking at home is also like not the best of records. But Martin, 0-0. Who do you think
Yeah,
is that?
um, I think this one is slightly more in favour of the home team. I think Southampton have had a good home record. They've up to the last couple of weeks when it sort of faded, the automatic faded away for them. They've been scoring a lot of goals. They had this knack throughout the regular season of always, or this commitment, if you like, almost to score one more than you do. If you score 3, we'll score 4. If you score 4, we'll score 5 type of thing, which is why they've had so many high-scoring matches. And I'm in the, as you know, I think you know, I'm in the news area for Southampton. So I'm hearing it all the time, and their noise is quite confident, as it should be, I guess. And West Brom sort of have been in cruise mode a little bit. They went into as I said in another forum, they went into sort of hibernation almost. They went into the top 6 early on in the season and never came out. They hibernated there for the whole season almost. And they just ticked along. They weren't under any pressure in the top 6 for a long time. And then suddenly at the end of the season, they suddenly had a bit of a wake-up call because they'd almost gone to sleepwalked into the playoffs. So I just wonder if their intensity is there, whereas Southampton have been in key matches all the way through, thinking about automatic promotion until the last couple of weeks. So I think their home chances are better than Leeds, in as much that I think it'll be more comfortable for them against West Brom than it will be for Leeds against Norwich. So I'll give you my prediction. I think it'll be a regular time, 90-minute 2-0 win for Southampton. I don't see West Brom coming out of this one, I'm afraid. Could be wrong though, because it is the playoffs and anything can happen. And they're there because they're there for a reason. They're there because they were in the top 6 over 46 matches, so they deserve their chance, obviously. So we shall see. But I think Southampton will pull this one 2-0.
Okay. Harry, 0-0 first leg.
Yep.
Martin said Southampton are the favourites. Do you agree with that? Do you think maybe West Brom can cause an upset?
No, yeah, I do agree. I think Southampton are the favourites just going into this one. I think one thing we can all agree with West Brom is the fact that they miss quite a lot of big chances in games. Also, they've had a few key injuries in the top end of the pitch, like with Daryl DK. Really struggles to keep himself fit throughout a regular championship season. So they've always had a problem keeping him fit, which is a real shame because he's a great player on his day. I just think the quality in front of goal is going to be too much for us West Brom to handle. Southampton they got their talisman up front, Adam Armstrong, second top goal scorer this season, I believe, with 21 goals. So that's why I was going to go 2-0, but since Martin's gone with 2-0, I'm going to change up my prediction. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Southampton win and make it quite high scoring.
Okay. So you've gone 3-1. 3-0.
Yeah, 3-1.
3-1 is gone.
1. Okay. Also, be up everyone that's come from Harry. Be up yourselves. Yeah. Thank you there, Henry. Do make sure to leave your predictions as well in the chat. This game, don't know. Now, like I said, I want Leeds. In the previous one, I would want Leeds to have the chance to go up. I like West Brom. West Brom, I think they have a chance. They have a good chance to come up. Southampton, I think they will just roll over next season. I think West Brom might do the same. But I'm going to back West Brom. I don't know why, but I have this feeling West Brom pull it off. But maybe I'm just in delusional Land, the Lulu Land. We're going to go for 1-1 West Brom on penalties.
Oh, right, okay.
That'd be a very
Might
dramatic
be
game.
0-0 West Brom on penalties. So yeah. Okay. So if there is, we've done the predictions now. What are your guys' like dream? What is the final you want? Not what you think will happen. Which final do you guys want? I want West Brom Leeds, but I think it will be West Brom Norwich.
I want Southampton just because I know I'm in the area and I'm not a Southampton fan by any stretch, but they've just entertained the season, and I think they deserve to be there just on that. They've been brilliant to watch in their games. You do actually sit down and think, right, I'm going to watch Southampton because of the football style that they play. It's may not be, it may let them down ultimately because they're a bit weird. They leave gaps at the back, but so I'd like to see Southampton, and I'd probably like to see Leeds as well because I've plumped for Leeds all the way through certainly the second half of the season. So for me, Leeds Southampton would be my final.
Okay. So Ari and Josephine agree on all of the games. By the way, I think I don't know how, but they do. So Ari, the final you want, not what they think. Like what you said, what they think. Maybe Southampton and Leeds do it. Which final do you want? Is there like a dream final you want, or is it the one that you said was going to happen?
Yes, it's funny actually. Because I think I want to see the complete opposite final of what I predicted. I think it'd be nice to see Norwich and West Brom give it a go of trying to get into the Premier League. Only on the basis that Leeds and Southampton newly relegated from the Premier League last season. So it'd be nice to see some new teams have a chance to go up to the Prem. Obviously, I believe Norwich and West Brom are still in parachute payments, but they've been they haven't been in the Championship quite a few seasons now, unlike Leeds and Southampton. So it would be nice to see them give it a shot of trying to get back up to the Prem. But no, I do think it'll be Leeds, Southampton, unfortunately. But two great sides, and they were Premier League last year, so they should deserve to go back up there very, very soon.
Okay, no, okay. So you want my final basically? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, now that's fair. That's fair. 5 people in yet, do smash that like button. And subscribe if you have not already. Henry says not really watched the championship in a while, so I'll say 2-1 Southampton. Yeah, I think Southampton and Leeds are the favourites, but yeah, let's see, man. Let's see. You want your final? Yeah, Leeds Southampton. Look, Leeds Southampton. It is a quality game. Southampton Norwich. If it's anything like that 4-4, I take it. Like
Great game.
if the final is like the 4-4 earlier this season, bring it. But yeah, if it's not, then throw it in the dust. To be honest. So
Forget
yeah.
about it.
So yeah. Let's. While I have you, yeah, Harry, I asked Martin this on the last stream, on a earlier stream. What is your play of the season? I'm throwing you a bit of a curveball here. I didn't say it before that you would do it, but yeah, just quickly, any random play that pops up into your head.
I think Summerville from Leeds has really impressed me this season. Just his style of play on the ball, he's really good to watch. And yeah, just really a Premier League player playing in the Championship this season, pretty much. If Leeds don't go up this season, then I find it hard to see him sticking at Leeds this season because he looks very good whenever I've watched Leeds games this season. So yeah, he's going to go a long way, and yeah, he's probably my player of the season. I think he got voted the young player of the season, if I'm right in saying. Yeah, he's been a very good talent this season.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair. I went for Kieran Dewsbury. Martin, have you found yours now
I
already?
haven't. No, I haven't. I just
You still
no
haven't
one,
now?
no one outstanding springs to mind to me. That's really poor, isn't it? But
Yeah,
I
it
know.
is pretty tough from the championship then.
Yeah, I know. It's really poor.
But
But
yeah. But yeah, that will end it on that. Watch longs might do. Yeah. And also if anyone now watching or watching this on playback, any boxing, do message me if you watch boxing, or is going to watch the Fury Usyk fight. Do drop me a message. Twitter or Instagram. It is there. There in the description. I'll share it out now. So yeah. But Harry, of course, your podcast with two of the other lads. You quickly want to shout out the podcast?
Yeah, so my mates Kieran and Tristan and myself are going to be starting a podcast soon called Talk of the City. Got Tristan, who's a Swansea City fan. Kieran is a Hull City fan, and myself, I'm a Bristol City fan. So Kieran thought of the name idea for the name. Talk of the City goes pretty well with all of our clubs and in the city. But yeah, it's going to be a weekly show, I presume, where we just talk about any updates about our clubs, how we did on the weekend's games, transfer news and just any general footy news really. We'd appreciate any support if you like our content. I think we're going to get the accounts up soon. It's going to be called Talk of the Sea, as I mentioned, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be really good. Come check it out if you're interested in it. Talk of the City with myself, Kieran, and Tristan, who both do have YouTube channels. So do go free to go check them out. Kieran Webster and Goals Galore with Tristan24, I believe those names are. And one cheeky plug right here, if you want to check out my channel as well, do feel free. Honeygun, as you can see in the bottom left corner there, that is my YouTube channel name. I do a lot of football related content, sort of predictions, vlogs, all that good stuff, and a few gaming streams along the way as well. So yeah, if you like the podcast, then you'll definitely enjoy our individual channels. So yeah, check out the podcast, and if you want to have a look at our other individual channels as well. So hope to see a lot of you guys there.
Yeah, so I've put it in there. If it's not in there, I will put it in the description right after this. But yeah, like I said, Talk of the City podcast on Instagram, and then on YouTube, it's his personal one, Honeygun. So yeah, should be there now. Yeah, there's his channel. Just pinned it. If you guys want to check that out, there you go. Then I'll just quickly go get that. So yeah, and then I will quickly put the Instagram link. Instagram link doesn't want to work, but Instagram link doesn't want to work. But yeah, Talk of the City. If you follow me on Instagram, then you will have seen it mentioned them in the post. So yeah. As for my socials, as you guys can see in the ticket that's scrolling there at the bottom, let's just switch there. at the bottom. And in the description, Instagram Hanu_coach_corner, Twitter Hanu 70830030, TikTok Coach Corner 1. Yeah, like I say, anybody in that is interested in boxing, that watch boxing, do message me. I'm doing a big preview, or planning to do a big preview tomorrow for the Usyk fight. So yeah, do then join me for that tomorrow. Be up to everyone that subscribed, came over from Harry. So yeah, then that's that, people. Cheers.
Okay.
See
you
ya.
later.